Hello friends and welcome to episode 3 of Storyteller Plays Pokemon Legends Arceus. In the last episode I was told to go talk to the commander. In-game time it's been about 2 months, presumably. I did a tiny bit of research off camera, and I wanted to turn that in on camera, just because the sheer amount of things that are about to change, I didn't want to happen, off camera. But I'm rambling. Also, I'm going to not be able to record too much in this sitting. I'm uploading a video, and even though this computer is better than my old one, I've not had good luck historically recording while also uploading. And so if there's weird audio desync in the first half of this video, that's why. Oh ho! It seems you've caught a considerable number of Pokemon in total. Bravo, my girl. Allow me to take a look at your latest findings. Yes. Not going to be a first star member for too much longer. I did all of this without a mount, by the way. In fact, one of the main reasons I'm trying to get this over with, even though now's not a good time to record, is because I want that mount. That's a lot of Pokemon. Oh, it seems you've made some new observations. Let's have a look at them. I see. This is most illuminating. I'll update your Pokedex with this new data. That's a lot. Let's see here. Research tasks completed, 431. Species with newly completed entries, 26. And that earned me a solid almost 9,000 points. Splendiferous results. I dare say you've earned yourself a promotion to the next rank. Best report to Captain Saline. I'd get right on that if I were you. So what would you like to do now? Let's go ahead and return to the village. Righto, with the Survey Corps escorting us. It'll be a nice, safe trip back to Jubilife. I don't know why I'm so easily amused by my own stupidity. I would generously describe all of that grinding as extremely tedious, but I couldn't come back to town and therefore didn't have a mount. But even if I could come back to town, I wouldn't be able to get the mount off camera, so that's what we're doing now. Actually, there's one or two things in between this and getting them out. If you have progress to report, I'll judge its worthiness. Show me your Pokedex. Yes, Obsidian Fieldlands. There's a couple I still need to research, but I got a lot of them. By research level, yeah, so these are the ones that I've not gotten a whole lot of research points on at all. And then I've completed all of these. Yep. Okay, gotta back out of that completely. You've made progress. It seems you've earned yourself a star. Not gonna give them to me all at once? Okay, fine. With this, you've officially attained the rank of 2nd star in the Galaxy Expedition team. I can now use Featherballs. Pokemon up to level 30 will obey your orders reliably in battle, except they kind of have been this entire time. Have these as well. They are further recipes you'll need for crafting. You've obtained a crafting recipe for super potions. Continue to dedicate yourself to completing the Pokedex if you hope to rise to higher ranks. If you have progress to report, I'll judge its worthiness. Yeah, you've already seen it. Okay, looks like that's all of them. Let's go finally talk to the commander, though. It's only been like, what, 2 or 3 in-game months? Commander! Whoop! Unrealistic. I didn't casually walk up. What do you intend to do about that Kleavor, Commander Kamado? He may be descended from a warrior of Almighty Sinnoh, but look at the mess he's causing. We can't sit back and let him rage on. You do get right to the point, Adaman. Time wasted is lost. Well, tell me, what would you have us do? Kleavor is precious to the Lord of the Pearl clan, is he not? That's the point. My clan can't intervene directly where a Lord of the Pearl clan's concerned. If my people were to do something, our two clans might end up back at each other's throats, just like we used to be. But even folk of the Galaxy team have been wounded, haven't they? Seems someone's got to do something here. Who then? I sound exactly like Ottoman. Would the Diamond Clan have the Pearl Clan bring down one of its own honored nobles? My word's good. I don't believe I said that, though it may be. You might as well have said it, you fool. Look, we don't even know what drove Lord Kleavor into such a violent frenzy. I'd like to know that myself, and this is a first as far as my clan knows too. I see you've arrived. Yes, I kind of dramatically rolled in here, only to leave and then walk back up casually. This is Yore, the newest member of our Survey Corps. Aha, I heard from May you've earned Weird Ear's favor. Good to finally meet you, stranger from the Rift. I'm Ottoman, leader of the Diamond Clan, if you want to be formal. But that's just a mouthful, so just call me Ottoman, leader of the Diamond Clan. If you came from beyond the space-time rift, could you be from the space where Almighty Sinnoh is said to reside? I'm Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. Caution and foresight are my watchwords. Which is why I have trouble believing such a tale. Could you really have passed through that rift? I have a proposition. Why not send this one to study Kleavor before deciding what must be done? You'd send this stranger, who supposedly fell from the rift, to study Kleavor? This newcomer with no experience? Says the leader with almost no experience. Being a good leader isn't a matter of time, it's a matter of embracing Hisui's vastness without fear. Well then, there you have it. If how new you are doesn't matter, then let's give the kid her chance. I'm sold, Commander. Let's try this your way. This should be fun. I'll get to see how good you Galaxy folk really are, with all your weird ways, putting Pokemon in those strange little balls and what have you. That whole practice bothers me. Almighty Sinnoh made Hisui vast so Pokemon could live freely throughout. We're meant to stand alongside Pokemon, not count ourselves above them. We do not use Pokeballs from a desire to control our Pokemon, only so that we can live together. Allow us to show you what we can do. This is your mission now, Yore. I order you to study Kleavor and help us find the truth of this situation. I accept. Remember that you are a stranger who appeared one day out of the very sky above us. People are naturally suspicious of your presence here. If you wish to be fully appreciated and trusted, you must work hard. Work yourself to the very bone. The frenzy of the Lord of the Woods. Well, that's settled, and there's no time like the present. The Lord of the Woods, Kleavor, is descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with Almighty Sinnoh's own power. No other Pokemon you've yet encountered can compare to his strength. Be warned. Listen to me. The Galaxy Expedition Team has come to the Hisui region as a group of outsiders. Some might even call us interlopers. We mustn't do anything to threaten our relations with the Diamond and Pearl clans, understand? Oh, hi, Saline.
Join me downstairs, Yore. I'm finally speaking like myself again. I've decided I was going to do dumb voices, even though my housemate's asleep in the other room. We'll cover the details of this new mission. Do note you won't be able to go on this quest if you're not at least a 2-star team member.
What do you want? Oh, splendid! You came along at a good time. I'm looking for a pickling stone. And you see, would you mind lending me a hand? It needs to be the right size to fit atop one of my pickle pots and heavy enough to put a nice firm pressure on the pickles while they're fermenting. But I suppose it'll be hard for me to lift such a heavy thing from the pot. The best thing would be for the stone to lift itself up, actually. Oh, I've a rather good idea. There's a Pokemon called Geodude. I've seen it killed a couple. That lives on Deatrak Heights. It would be perfect for the job. Could you catch one and bring it back for me? I'll head home and wait for you there. I only caught 11 Geodude? What the hell was I doing this entire time? There are some requests posted here. The Bothersome Bidoof playing with Driftloon and Zubat's Eyes. Might as well pick these up. Didn't read that. Doesn't matter. It seems several people have spotted a Drifloon playing with one of the village children. Mickey from the Security Corp can tell you more. And then Zubat's Eyes. Clarissa from the Security Corps has a request for us. Something to do with Zubat, I believe. Take a good lady and talk to the good lady and investigate necessary, whatever. Please, let's go. No other requests. Hello. I do always feel bad when I pick Cyndaquil because look at Oshawott in that tiny-ass tank. That's not big enough. Hello, Ray. Oh, good, you're already here.
Professor Leventon, the briefing, if you please.
Yes, let's get right to it. So, Ray, I understand you've been requested to find out what's causing the cause of Kleavor's frenzied state. But as you are aware by now, Kleavor is a mighty thing, nigh invincible even. The Security Corps tried throwing Pokeballs at Kleavor when they were attacked, but I'm afraid they didn't even come close to catching him. It seems he's a far trickier opponent than even those aggressive species of Pokemon that cannot be caught outside of battle once they're riled.
I'd like to be perfectly clear on this point. This mission will put you in extreme danger. Do you believe you can handle it?
Of course.
Very well. Then let us go over the particulars. The Diamond and Pearl clans revere their nobles because they believe these Pokemon serve their almighty Sinnoh. They leave offerings to express their gratitude, so these Pokemon in locations they call the nobles' seats. And so perhaps a good starting point for our research could be to find out what sorts of offerings they normally leave for this Kleavor. Ray, we need to speak with you. I can't remember what May sounds like. Listen, that rift in space-time seems like it connects this world to a world I didn't actually read that. That world might be where Almighty Sinnoh itself resides. The true Mighty Sinnoh, that is. The one that rules over time. So if you fell through the space-time rift, that might mean you traveled through time by Almighty Sinnoh's own power. Think of it, you must have just been swimming in its divine might. Well, I've got a favor to ask of you, oh amazing time traveler. Don't just study Kleavor, quell its frenzy. Well, you certainly caught us at a good time, young Adaman. We were just discussing our next step with regards to this whole Kleavor situation. Oh ho, you must be that Galaxy Team scholar I've heard about. Good to meet you, Mr. Professor. Share some of that knowledge with me sometime. Now, let me elaborate a little. Those Pearl Clan types have a lot of respect for Kleavor. You heard his title, Lord of the Woods. I'm sure they'd rather get this under control too, but it's hard for them to come right out and ask those of the Galaxy Team, of all people, for help. And the truth is, we in the Diamond Clan have a similar problem on our hands. A Pokemon dear to us, off in the mountains, has flown into the same type of frenzy as Kleavor. Now, there's certainly bad blood between us and the Pearl Clan, but still. We've all got to share Hisui, and that means we ought to tackle our problems together. But there aren't many capable of standing up to such powerful Pokemon. You're the best hope we got. You'll find Kleavor at Grand Tree Arena. That's in the very heart of the Heartwood. His warden is a boy named Leon. Leon is a brilliant child, but also a bit, well, sometimes brilliance can be bewildering, you know. He'll tell you all about his beloved Kleavor, whether you wish him to or not.
Anyway, I'm sure you're up to the challenge, so we'll be counting on you. See you later. Wow, that Adamant guy talks slowly for somebody who's obsessed with time. Wow, he just said his piece and then vanished. He must just value his time that much, I guess. Adamant and May weren't wrong, you know. If you're to study and perhaps even quell Kleavor, you'd best start by visiting his abode. Now that we've got the Heights camp, it should come in handy for getting to Grandy Arena. And don't forget to visit the pastures. Choosing your Pokemon team carefully makes a difference. Well, I know. Boop. Finding yourself unable to pick up the materials you come across? Satchel always seeming full. If that sounds like you, it'd be wise to lend me an ear a moment. Yes, I did actually decide that all of the money I made just now, doing all that research, is going to go towards upgrading my bag. You can carry around even more in that satchel of yours if you learn a trick to packing things in, yes. Note. Those get expensive fast. But I've now got quite a bit more space in my satchel. I can't remember exactly how many upgrades there are, but apparently the final one is like 1 million. Which is just too much. Let me go reorganize my team before we head out. Real quick while I'm here, I decided I was going to just release most of my Pokemon. Yep, let's release the selected. You let the Pokemon go. Farewell and take care. Now let me continue organizing my party. I do want to keep Mime Jr. on me because I needed to learn Mimic. No, I'm still in release mode, I think. Yes, I was still in release mode. I suppose I'll get rid of Graveler. And that's all I can afford to lose at the moment. Hey there, Ure. The Pokemon you released just now left a little something behind for you. Take it, would you? You received 43 sacks of grit gravel. 83 sacks of grit dust. And that's it. Anybody else here need my help? The farmers do. And that guy does, and somebody over there needs my help as well. Which is all stuff I'll do later. How are things, my good friend? Hello again, Volo. Still not sell anything? I certainly hope you're putting that secret backstrike technique I taught you to good use. Yeah, I used it like 350 times earlier. Either way, I have some super potions here just for you. Oh, think nothing of it. Having the Survey Corps out and about studying Pokemon is great for business, you know. Supporting you now is actually an investment in my own fortunes. I obtained 3 super potions. Thanks for almost nothing. And now I must depart. There are ruins that are just calling to me. Good. Vivi is the first in my party. Heading out? Yes. I'm going to the Heights camp. I've got to go all the way over there. Oh, hey, people are leaving behind satchels. I mean, they're all NPCs because I've got nobody on my friends list, but hey. I can start collecting the points that I need to maybe get a Dusk Stone. Or I could just wait until the next zone where Dusk Stones are all over the place. Okay, so I want to not die out here. Which means I've got to jump off of select cliffs. This cliff is fine. My computer is starting to get a little warm thanks to this heat wave and our broken AC, so hopefully I get my mount soon. Just anything to make grinding research off camera easier. I'm Leon of the Pearl Clan, the Warden to Kleavor, Lord of the Woods. And you, I've already deduced that you've come here to meet Kleavor. I'm right, aren't I? Of course I am. I can see it so clearly. After all, the powerfully awesome Kleavor has become even more awesomely powerful. Perhaps that strange lightning the other day was Almighty Sinnoh's divine power. But whatever it was, it struck my lord and left him imbued with awesome might. So I must turn you away, even if it pains me. It's too dangerous for you to meet Kleavor right now. I'll do anything. I'll even beat you in a Pokemon battle. Come on, Leon, fight me. Oh, such earnest desire to meet mighty Kleavor. I have to admit I'm struck by your passion. But well, I'm afraid your passion is not the real issue here. I've been told in no uncertain terms by Irida that I am to let no one near Kleavor. I will fight you off myself if you insist. If you wish to avoid battle, withdraw now while you still can, or face the wrath of my Goomy. I'll take you on. You don't even realize I'm turning you away for your own safety. How sad you are. Go, Goomy, and see if you can ooze some good sense over this foolish troublemaker. That's adorable, kid. Okay, Vivi, you're one of my only ghost types. I can't use the other Pokemon in battle. Go ahead and use Dazzling Gleam. My eyes. Another one-hit KO. I am not at all surprised. Nice, Vivi's now level 16. Oh, my Drifloon is level 26. I should probably catch a different Drifloon. How can this be? I may have been defeated, but my point still stands. It's too dangerous to meet Kleavor now. The only welcome you'll get if you approach him is a flurry of devastating blows. Normally, I'd simply try making him an offering. A nice heaping helping of his two favorite foods, served up with respect by his loyal Warden, that's me, of course, is usually enough to please him and soothe the prickliest of moods. But even I, Kleavor's loyal Warden, can't get close enough to give any offerings now, not with the way Kleavor is rampaging and running amok. There's nothing that an outsider like you can do. The ancestors of Kleavor, weirder in their cohort, drew on Almighty Sinnoh's own power to protect Pokemon and people alike. So it's said. It's by their grace that our clan, that any of us still lives in vast Hisui today. Irida, what are you doing here? I think my brain is melting. I should probably stop recording regardless of whether or not I get my mount. As you say, Kleavor has grown even stronger, but I'm afraid that strength poses a problem for us. If he was indeed struck by that... No, that's Irida. If he was indeed struck by that lightning, could the bolts have been sent by the false Sinnoh that the Diamond Clan bows to? Kleavor means so much to our clan. I'd hoped we could bring this situation under control ourselves, not throw our hands up and ask some outsider for help. But we must save Kleavor from this frenzy. Every moment it continues, the danger grows. If more people and Pokemon are attacked, it will lead to conflict with both the Diamond Clan and the Galaxy team. You, stranger from beyond the sky, tell me, could your Galaxy people actually fix this? Could an outsider actually find a way to quell our Lord's frenzy? Well, I'll figure something out. I'll kill it if I have to. With my bare hands. Very well. Lynn and I will gather foods that please Kleavor in hopes that we might be able to get close enough to make him a proper offering. As for you, find a way to quell his frenzy, even if you must search every corner of vast Hisui. Yes, I would like to get into the Cobalt Icelands, or whatever they're called. Frostlands. Cold place. A mysterious power now enables you to return to the base camp in an instant. As handy as that is, I've always kind of just been able to do this. It's not even that much slower. Anyway, who wants to talk to me? Just you. Actually, she wants to talk to me as well. Good to see you, Yore. And how is your search into Kleavor going? Swimmingly, I expect? Oh, is that so? Now that's quite the tidbit. As a serving of his favorite foods will normally make Kleavor quite agreeable. Is that it? I need to mull this over back at the laboratory. You should come along too, dear girl. Really? I only caught that one? Total Pokemon caught, 1. Pokemon caught using Backstrike, 1. Alpha Pokemon caught, 1. Not a bad little bit of money. If I was a 5th star member when I turned in those 700 Pokemon earlier, probably would have gotten a good bit of cash. Which of course would have just meant that I would be stuck there longer. Upgrading my inventory. So according to the information you were able to learn from Irida and Leon of the Pearl Clan, were this the normal course of events, that frenzied Kleavor would be calmed by a nice serving of his two favorite foods. I do wonder, is it possible that the aromas or some other components of these foods might be combined in a way that could not only calm Kleavor, but draw him back from his frenzy? But by your own report, even Kleavor's Warden, who looks after Kleavor and knows him well, cannot approach him in his current state. I can't do the voices right now, sorry. It would be a fool's gambit to get close enough to offer him food. Give me a moment. If you would, I need some time to ponder on this. There ought to be something in my research notes that can help us. That's a pretty bad drawing of Pikachu. I mean, I probably couldn't do better, but come on, Professor. Eureka! We'll simply have to throw the food. It took you that long to come up with that. You've quite the arm for throwing things, haven't you, Yurei? Might I suggest that you take up baseball? Take Kleavor's favorite food and throw them at the Pokemon. Makes sense. Yes, it's all coming together. We can use our skills in Pokeball crafting to shape Kleavor's beloved foods into balls, then throw them to achieve the same calming effect, but from afar. A brilliant idea, if I do say so myself. As for what we call these yummy projectiles, how about tea time balls? Put one in mind of a nice relaxing afternoon tea, does it not? Are you sure, Professor? They're your own invention. Why not call them Leventon balls? Oh my, with that name, it'd sound like I'm the one being launched at our frenzied friend. In any case, we can rely on the Pearl Clan to gather the necessary foodstuff, correct? Then you should hurry back to the Grand Tree Arena and tell the Pearl Clan about your brilliant plan. If you're after Grand Tree, best head to Heights Camp, yes. Gods, I'm dying here. No, I don't have any more money. Oh, what a beautiful evening. Not a whole lot of light pollution out here, so you'd think that there'd be more stars in the sky. Oh, what's up there, May? My, that Galaxy Hall is one fine building, even from the outside. The Galaxy teams certainly got themselves a grand headquarters, I'll give them that. Are you here for a reason, or... Oh yes, I came because I had some news that I thought you might be interested in. Better you actually see what's going on, though. Let's head to... What did you end up calling it? The Heights Camp? Yeah, Deer Track Heights. This should be me getting them out. A lot of people teleporting me around without my consent, though. Weirdear. I spoke with Weirdear about what's been going on. I told him how you've been trekking all over the Fieldlands, seeking a way to quell Kleavor's frenzy. All this from someone who's not even part of our clan or the Pearl Clan, just some wanderer who fell through a rift into this world. And hearing that, well, you can see how he responded. I trust you appreciate it. Weirdear's found you worthy, you see, which means you'll need a flute like we have. Mind demonstrating for her, May? This is very important, so listen well. I hope you don't mind that repeated sound and animation, because, I don't know. I don't want to call the developers of this game lazy, but I feel like they probably could have done better with more time. That's a Celestica flute that May just played. It's a precious tool that can be used to call on Weirdear so you can ride upon him. It's said that the Celestica flutes were gifts from the almighty Sinnoh itself, and now this one's yours. Yes, a flute that can be used to call special Pokemon that are willing to bear you around. It's not that grand a gesture, really. I can't play the flute for the life of me. See if you can play that melody. Weirder opened his heart and learned the sound of your playing, whatever. It's almost like everybody sounds the same playing it. Oh, thank you, a bar of soap. A stone tablet imbued with the essence of psychic energy. Yes. Now use the Celestica flute wisely and gallop across the land with the great Weird Ear. You've got a frenzied Pokemon to quell the Grand Tree Arena, haven't you? With Weird Ear, you can gallop across the field lands in no time. You can now call upon Weird Ear to gallop across the field. I do gotta stop recording now, though, so... Actually, the rest of the video will continue instantly for you. This is just a part 1 for me. And we're back. I mean, it was instant for you, but a lot has happened for me. For example, I changed my clothes. Also, I caught a shiny Combi. But it's not a valuable shiny Combi. Anyway, let's continue this story. I want to unlock the next zone so I can do more grinding off camera. If I open up, I've actually researched a lot of these. Like, that's most of them. I did complete the Alakazam and the Crobat research, but then my game crashed and I've got auto-saving off. So what can you do? Let's go ahead and finish this. I'm just gonna walk past Lian. Bye, Lian. I don't see a rampaging, whatever the fuck it's called. Let's go ahead and switch to Vivitza. So you say that you Galaxy people came up with a method to try to quell Lord Kleavor's frenzy? What? You'll mash up Kleavor's favourite food into balls so you can throw offerings at him? Well, that's quite an unorthodox approach. You Galaxy people, your inventions just blow me away. Inventiveness just blows me away. That makes a lot more sense. I mean, now you can make offerings to Lord Kleavor from a safe distance. I'll lend you my aid if it means we might provide Kleavor with his offerings. Let's begin at once. Hold on, Lian. Don't get ahead of yourself. Whatever the plan is, you'll need Kleavor's favourite plump beans. I've brought them as promised. Gah, that's right. My apologies, Irida. I'd forgotten all about you. I admit, as we haven't been able to solve this ourselves, we seem to have a little choice but to turn to the Galaxy team. But even I still have my doubts about whether we should entrust such a thing to an outsider. These Galaxy team people don't share our customs or our values. So prove to me you're worthy to stand in the presence of our noble Pokemon. You may battle by ordering about the Pokemon you've caught in your little balls. But on my side, I have a Pokemon as close to me as a sister, as one of my blood. If you can defeat Glaceon and me, I will entrust you with Kleavor's fate. Will you battle us? Yep, let's go. Then allow Glaceon's true strength to chill you to your depths. Let's see here. Go, Vivi. What level? Level 17, so it's a tiny bit stronger than we are. And I don't have any super effective moves, but I'll just use one with Stab. No! How you doing, Irida? That looked painful. And Vivi's got Frostbite. She's just looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? I'm winning this fight is what I'm doing. A critical hit. Kind of overkill. Battle decided. Nice, that Eevee I randomly picked up is now level 9. I see now. Pokeballs are simply your tools of choice, not products of a disregard for Pokemon. You still understand the Pokemon that you've caught and treat them as partners. I feel better putting my trust in you now. I think, let me see to your Pokemon's wounds. Now, explain the Galaxy team's plan. I'm not going to continue speaking like that, because this episode's going to be 7,000 hours long. Mostly just because of how Adamant and Irida speak. What do you mean to do with these foods? So, because you have to keep your distance, you'll mash Kleavor's favorite foods together and ball them up, then try to quell his frenzy by throwing them at him? Interesting. So you've developed these soothing balms of sorts to calm our lord. Very well. If it'll help soothe Kleavor's frenzy, let's make these balms with our very hearts and souls. This tiny basket. There, a veritable mountain of balms. This should please Kleavor, if anything else. Now then, ready yourself, and I will summon our mighty Kleavor, Lord of the Woods. Let's do this. As am I. O mighty Kleavor, Lord of the Woods, though it isn't yet the time of ceremony, we've prepared an offering of your favorite things. Benevolent Lord who works his might between the heavens and earth, we offer our gratitude and beseech you, reveal yourself to our eyes.
Listen well, Yore. Keep your focus on Kleavor. Dodging will be vital. Try to avoid his moves as you're throwing the bombs.
Gasha, or Grasha, my apologies. Look at it go. That tree had to have been decades old and you just cut it down for fun. Lord of the Woods, Kleavor. Let's go. I don't need no tutorial. I'm also not going to fight it, because that's a huge waste of time. Come on. I know you want to mash yourself into those rocks. Or not. Again, it just barely missed. There we go. Okay, now Kleavor's going to start doing a large spin attack. It will probably be the death of my hitless run. Oh, well, that's new. At least I don't think I've seen that before. I might be affording Kleavor a little bit too much freedom to do what it wants. Come on. Whoop. Getting out of there. Don't want to jinx it, but we're still hitless. And like that, we won. One more bomb for good measure. So many good thumbnail options. And by which I mean horrible, horrible thumbnail options. Uh-oh, and Vivi's level almost 20, and I'm trying to keep her low level. As it is, she's powerful enough. If she becomes over-leveled as well, this story is going to be way too easy. Ah, sweet, a bar of soap. A stone tablet imbued with the essence of bugs. This is a gross-ass bar of soap, but I appreciate the gift regardless. Leon, why do you have a tiny pickaxe? What happened? Some kind of light erupted from Kleavor's body. I'll tell you when you're older. Has Lord Kleavor's frenzied mind truly been put at ease now? Does this confirm that the strange lightning was to blame for Kleavor's unnatural power? I don't know. I'm not paid enough to know that kind of thing.
Well, this is what I think, after all we've seen. We know strange lightning came from out of the space-time rift the other night. Those bolts must have struck Kleavor and driven him into a frenzy after all.
The lightning came from a space-time rift. But if the Almighty Sinnoh really does dwell beyond the space-time rift, then the strange lightning, it indeed was Almighty Sinnoh's power? Then were we right to try to interfere? I happily went along with this plan to create some bombs, as if I knew what I was doing, like some kind of thoughtless fool. Outrageous!
Calm yourself, Leon. Remember that the Lord of the Woods has long been our protector, and keeping the Pearl Clan safe from dangerous Pokemon that might harm us. Would power sent by the true Almighty Sinnoh have driven Kleavor to turn on us and attack people and Pokemon indiscriminately? I doubt it. What Yurei accomplished just now, it needed to be done. I'm glad we could settle this without further strife with the Diamond Clan of the Galaxy team. If you come across other Pokemon in the grip of this painful frenzy, please help them.
Yes, fine, I suppose I must concur. I apologize for becoming briefly incomposed. I'm grateful for what you've done for my lord.
Please, take these on behalf of the Pearl Clan.
I'm still recording.
Consider it my apology for having spoken rudely to you earlier, and a token of my thanks.
Thank you.
Let me care for your Pokemon as well, in appreciation for fighting on our behalf.
They took no damage, but I suppose I appreciate it.
Well, I think I've finally come to believe that you truly did fall out of the sky, though I still cannot imagine the reasons at play, or how you survived.
That's Leon. And it seems we've settled things here, though between you and me, I wouldn't mind seeing Lord Kleavor in such frenzy again. He was fearfully strong after all. Yes. For some reason, later in the game, we can just continuously cause them to frenzy. Let me go ahead and check some things and then we'll move out. Oh, hello, Volo. I saw the light fading into the sky. You must have quelled the Lord Pokemon. And what do you have here? Could it be? Are those two of the fabled plates of old? Please, let me have a look. They're bars of soap. I see there are some letters carved into them. Let's see, this one says, where all creation was born, that is the being's place of origin. It seems to be a phrase from a very old myth. How did you come across these? They were handed to me by Pokemon, both of which didn't have hands. I see, so you were given the plates when you impressed Weirdeer and Kleavor. That is quite something indeed. My heart is practically racing with excitement. It is my guess that you will find more plates like these scattered across Hisui. If we were to gather all of them and decipher the script on them, we may uncover something absolutely amazing. The mysteries of the past, oh, how they tickle my curiosity. What a joy to be alive in such times. Well, I must be on my way. Until next time. That guy's a weirdo. Let me go ahead and check on something. Whoop! Hello!
Well done.
I have already received the reports of your exploits. You successfully quelled Kleavor's frenzy, restoring peace of mind to Hisui's people. You are a stranger to us, one who fell out of the very sky, yet you have served the Galaxy team admirably. I admit you have earned yourself some degree of recognition. But things are not settled yet. I've received word that there are other Pokemon nobles falling prey to such frenzies elsewhere, in Hisui. So carry on with your research and survey duties, and prove to me you truly are an asset to us. That is all. You are dismissed. Your fellow Corps members are likely at the Wallflower. Go and join them. Of course, it's just going to teleport us here. Benny, old chum, the usual order. 3 servings of potato mochi, please. Oh, and if there's anything else that you'd recommend, by all means, bring it out. The whole village is gossiping up a storm about our young friend here, you know. She's got quite some luck to have come back unharmed after facing off against that Kleavor. I dare say Yurei was well prepared, and she was a quick study of how Kleavor moved in battle from what I heard. All in all, it was a very good show, a victory well earned. Going to work in the Fieldlands should feel a lot safer now thanks to you, Yurei. And if you want to feel even safer, try making some of these. Benny taught us how to make them. So I wrote out his instructions into a recipe. Smoke bombs. Why would Benny know how to make smoke bombs? Lovely. And now that we need not worry about being mauled by Kleavor either, let's take our chance to study all the Pokemon that call Obsidian Fieldland their home. Yurei. I've been waiting for you, Yurei. My name's Vesa. There's something real important I need to tell you. Would you come with me? Okay, strange child. This is kind of secret, but something terrible has happened. Hisui is in a whole lot of danger. Hundreds of years ago, a being that brought calamity to this region was sealed away by someone using the power of a strange magic. But now, for some unknown reason, the magic has come undone and the seal is broken. I hate to think what might happen at this rate. So please, Yurei, hear me out. I need you to restore the broken seal. Just tell me what to do. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy you believe me. I just knew you'd be willing to help. This odd keystone is for you. Keep it safe. You obtained an odd keystone. A mysterious stone that can be used to collect wisps that glow in an eerie purple light. After the seal was broken, a whole bunch of wisps gathered across Hisui. 107 of them in total. With the odd keystone I gave you, you'll be able to gather them all. See, the wisps are normally invisible, but not to the holder of the odd keystone. I know this is a huge task, but please, you just have to gather all the wisps for me. There's one real close to where we are now. How about you start with that one? See that flame hovering over there? Try touching it. Okay. Surely this isn't a trap. That would be rude. It just looks so bad. Touching it, though. The wisp has been absorbed into the odd keystone, just as it should have been. Thank goodness I picked you to help me with this. Come talk to me if you ever need help finding the remaining wisps. And one last thing, as you gather more and more wisps, I'll give you some rewards as thanks. I'll wait here for you while you carry out your search. Good luck! The next day. Wow, the Galaxy Team hairdresser really is, dare I say, cutting edge. Everybody sounds like that, by the way. Oh, hey, you're Yurei, the girl who quelled Kleavor's frenzy, or quelled Kleavor, aren't you? I can't read. I'm actually going to end this here, and then continue it immediately. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and fizzity farewell.